guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't, but I'm back and I'm so excited to be here with you again. And I kind of just wanted to say, first of all, Happy New Year, happy 2018. I hope that this is going to be a beautiful year for you. I'm really excited about this year. There's going to be a lot of changes. Some of those changes have already started. That's part of the reason why I took the rest of 2017 off after my last video. I was traveling a lot for the holidays and spending time with family, and it was really important to me to be present and to soak in all of those moments, but also to really let the whole year marinate and to reflect back on what had happened, and also to be intentional with my future and how I wanted to end the year, how I wanted to begin this one. So that's what I did. That's where I've been. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you know I really haven't gone anywhere. I've just been traveling a lot. So I've been very active over there. And moving forward, my videos might change a little bit, just kind of as I go with the flow of my year, as I remain intentional about doing what feels right. And that includes what videos I create. But I figured it would be a good idea to start off this year with talking about the journals, the planners, and the notebooks that I will be using in 2018. But first, let's take a look back at what I did last year, what worked for me, what didn't, and I'll kind of walk you through the different notebooks that I had for notes and for journaling and what I did for my planner, and just kind of how I used everything. So let's start off with my planner for 2017. I really liked the size of this notebook. I think it was great for if I did want to throw it in my purse or my bag if I was leaving and not working from home. I really liked the simplicity of this planner. I'm pretty picky when it comes to planners. We won't go into this too much, but I am not the kind of person that needs the washi tape or the stickers. I think it's beautiful and fun, and I have absolutely nothing against it. But I know for me, I just want to get my thoughts down on paper, see what I have scheduled for the upcoming week or two, and get to it. So I don't want to spend too much time making my planner pretty. I just want it to be simple, but also aesthetically pleasing. So I was very happy with this planner. This is Ashley G for Blue Sky. Let's talk about my journal for 2017. This is actually currently still my journal. This is the Moleskine. I've talked about it before. I love this journal. I've got probably a dozen or so entries left in here. And there's always that question, at the end of the year, just start a new one, or do I wait until all the pages are used up? And that's totally a personal preference. I think for me, I had enough pages left in this Moleskine that I wanted to finish it properly and then start a new one, even if that meant I was a month or two into the new year, if that makes sense. So leave a comment below and let me know. I'm curious what you do for your journaling. Do you always start a new journal at the new year, or do you finish your journal completely regardless of what time of year it is? Then I also had this 5-star notebook that I've had for years. I think I got this in 2012, and I originally used it to take notes for training for one of my jobs. And I'm the type of person that doesn't like things to go to waste, and so it kind of just became my notebook that just got all the random notes in it. There's no rhyme or reason, which is another thing I'm trying to stay away from in 2018, because I felt a little bit chaotic with all of my notes, and I didn't know where exactly my notes were because I had multiple notebooks that were kind of the same thing. They're all just a mix of whatever I needed to write notes for. As a writer, I'm the type of person who really likes to put all of my ideas on paper, physically write them out by hand, not type them into a computer. So when I'm planning a blog post or I'm planning a video, I would write everything in this notebook, just write it all out. And I really liked that. So there's multiple blog posts in here and video ideas and lists and things for my website. There's just a lot going on in this notebook. It's almost finished, so I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with it, because I did get a new notebook for 2018. So another notebook. This one was for classes that I took online or lectures that I went to in person. But again, there were multiple notebooks like that where I would just kind of grab something that would fit in my purse. So I'm really trying to keep things more streamlined. So this was mostly a bunch of class notes and things that I wrote down from courses I took online. Then the new thing that I wanted to try in 2017 was I got very inspired on Pinterest looking at people who took beautiful notes using lots of colors and illustrations. And I was definitely into the idea of using color and pretty lettering in my notes. Now, here's the thing. Here's where I got hung up. I really enjoyed it, but I'm a perfectionist. And so when I'm taking notes from a book, that's mostly what I ended up taking notes from. The books that I was reading are mostly on personal development. And so I would want to write down things I wanted to remember. But I became so particular about getting the handwriting correct and making sure everything was perfectly formatted that I realized that my focus was more on that than actually really absorbing that information. So I stopped using it because it kind of stressed me out. It brought up this anxiety of perfection and wanting to use the right colors and not have it bleed through the paper and just being very, very specific. And I found that ended up overwhelming me in the end. And this is something I've heard a lot of people say, especially with like planners and bullet journaling, that they do become a bit of a perfectionist over it. And because of that, they're not really getting the value out of their notes. And that's what I found in this. I didn't want to open up my notebook to just jot something down because I knew I had to set aside a certain amount of time to make it pretty. And it is pretty. And I enjoy looking at it, but I didn't necessarily enjoy the process of the note taking. So again, this is something I've decided to change in 2018 and try something different. Not sure yet what I'm going to do with this notebook because it is not even close to being used. We'll see. So now let's move into 2018. I'll show you what I bought so far this year. I picked up a planner. Now this is a Cambridge planner. Here's the thing with planners. I said I'm a little bit particular. So I do like to see the whole month in advance. And there I can go in and kind of pencil in certain blog posts or videos or work things I need to do, appointments, and kind of see the whole month at a glance. But really, I like that for planning ahead and knowing these are the days that these things are going to happen. And then I'll go in weekly and write my daily to-do list and also fill in the appointments and specific things that I need to know for that day. I found that this is the format that I like most. And again, I don't use stickers or washi tape or anything like that. I like my calendar to be ready for me so I can just fill it in. That said, I really liked the design, like the cover of this, but when I opened it up, it was just very blasé, as my mom would say. It didn't really do anything for me, and not that it needs to, because it is a planner and mostly I just want to use it and get use out of it, but I didn't love it. And it was about $15, which is neither here nor there, but I wasn't in love. And so I got this in hopes that I would find something better, and I did. So the planner that I found is made by Fringe. I had never heard of Fringe before. I actually found this at Marshall's for $7.99. But this was so cute, first of all, and it's the perfect little size. I like my planners to be small so they can fit in my purse if I want them to. This is a little bit bigger because it's kind of like a binder, but I loved it. And it just really spoke to me. I like these colors this year, and I don't know why. Again, this is a similar format that I like, where it shows the whole month and then weekly, so you can fill in by the day what you want to do. And after each month, there are some blank pages. So I'm thinking with that, I will use it to maybe fill in some Google Analytics information or to keep track of my Instagram growth or my YouTube growth, and just to kind of be able to measure things at the end of the year. I've actually never done that before in my planner, so I think that's a cool way to do it. I saw people doing that in their bullet journals, and I think that I'm going to do it in my planner. Okay, so then the next two things that I did, looking back at 2017, seeing what wasn't working for me, I knew, because I'm a creature of habit, that when it comes to journals and writing inside of notebooks, I don't like them to be pretty. I like to be able to just toss around a notebook. And so I got the good old composition notebook. This is what I wrote in for years. I think this is honestly my diary throughout high school. Different composition notebooks. They were like lime green and hot pink. I went with the classic this time, and I like the college rule. That's always a big deal for me when it comes to notebooks and journals. I don't like the wide rule, and I also don't like them to be blank. That was the thing with the planners too. A lot of the planners were like blank. There weren't any lines. So my intention with this notebook is, I think, going to be what this pretty one was supposed to be, where if I'm listening to an inspiring TED Talk, or I'm reading a personal development book, I'm going to jot it down in here. And I do have like the little tabs that I can put in. So if it's something about mindset, if it's something about travel, I can mark it and remember it. And what I like about this again is that I can just beat it up. I don't know why I enjoy doing that, because when it comes to writing, I am pretty particular. I like to write with one color ink and I like it to be neat, but I'm not worried about this journal. The journal didn't cost me $20. It cost me less than $2, I think. And I kind of like when you can just toss around your notebook and you can tell that it has been loved and it has been used. And that way I'm not afraid to highlight it. I'm not afraid that when it bleeds through, I'm gonna be upset, because it's just gonna be a knock around notebook for everything. And I'm really excited about using this. Very excited about using this. The second one, it's another composition notebook, but look how cute this design is. It's perfect. They're little gemstones. I love gemstones. This was on clearance, believe it or not, and I've actually already started filling this one out. So this is my business notebook. This is for all things business 2018. So I'm gonna go in monthly and plan out my blog content, plan out my YouTube content, plan out my Instagram content, everything and anything business related I'm gonna be putting in here and really planning out. So this is really helpful in just writing things out. I'm also gonna be writing out probably my video content, that sort of thing that I did in my everything notebook last year. It's all gonna go in here. So I know everything business related can be found right here. I also wanted to share this with you. This was a notebook that was gifted to me by my brother and sister-in-law. And it says, "Here's to strong women. May we know them, may we raise them, may we be them." And I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do with this, because this is a pretty thick notebook. There's a lot of pages in here. And so I really wanna make use of it. And I don't know that I'll be able to fill it all up this year. So I want it to be something that I can carry with me in 2019, 2020. So maybe I'll use it as a travel diary, a travel journal, and to plan out future trips and places that I want to go to. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. This will be kind of my travel brainstorming diary, notebook, atlas. It will be all things travel. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because again, I'll be able to use it for a couple years, I think. There's a lot of pages, and that's it. Those are all my notebooks. So I'm really excited, and I've kind of had to put off using them so I could film this video. So now I can really dive in. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll do kind of a roundup, how it worked out for me this year, how much use I really got out of these notebooks and my planner, if I liked it, if it worked, if it didn't. I'm still realizing that I enjoy having things on paper versus digitally. There are certain things that I do digitally and I like to keep there, like my recipe boards on Pinterest. I like them to be on Pinterest where I can access them. I don't print them out or have a recipe box or anything like that. But when it comes to brainstorming, I like it to be on paper. When it comes to taking notes, I like it to be on paper. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, some of you might be asking, why don't you try a bullet journal, Chelsea? And I've thought about it. I was so close to doing it this year and I was close to doing it last year, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't feel like a right fit for me right now. So this is what works for me. Let me know in the comments what works for you. Do you bullet journal? Do you have multiple notebooks and a planner? I'd love to hear what works best for you. And if you have any questions, then let me know in the comments. Remember, you can head over to Instagram and follow me at Chelsea Dinen. I've been posting a lot about my travels over the past couple months, so if you've been wondering what I've been up to, you can find me over there. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. A lot of you have kind of shown up over the past couple months, and I'm so grateful that you're here, that you watch my videos. I'm really excited for what 2018 has in store for all of us. So thanks again for being here. I'm so excited, and I will see you guys next time.